Hey guys, this is Shawn Sanders. Thank you so much for clicking onto my video. So hit that like button, subscribe, tell a friend about me. I want to say hello to all of the new subscribers who have come onto my channel. Thank you so much for checking out my videos and watching me and subscribing. Thank you so much. And of course, for all my day ones, welcome back. And so I am going to briefly talk, because I'm not quite sure where this is going to go, but I'm going to talk about relationships, friendships, business, a cautionary tale. So everyone is all abuzz about the Queen's Court and gag order. I am going to reserve the right and hold my opinion, because more and more is starting to come out. And is it me, or are you starting to feel that it is on the borderline, the tinge of getting dirty, on the tinge of getting ugly, on the tinge of becoming really, really messy? And I say that because if you have not watched the videos, Kaya came out with the new episode of the gag order, and then T.S. Madison came out, which I saw this morning, with an early installment of the Queen's Court. And a lot of questions that we as fans, observers, subscribers have been asking are starting to get answered. And it goes back to my video that I said, and I still hold this to be true, but I'm also going to have a disclaimer, okay? So I do believe that you should not handle a private matter publicly, okay? I still believe that, because I think that there is still time where both Kaya and T.S. Madison can kind of throw down the white handkerchief and do a cease and desist about talking about what has transpired behind the scenes that we were not privy. I do believe that, because no matter what we think as subscribers and fans, it's their business. It's not our business, but because they're putting it out there, we all are making opinions and having our own idea of what's going on. And I think, again, if they have a true friendship, I do believe to sacrifice the business and keep the friendship intact. And I think the only way that can happen, I'm going to apologize now if I keep checking on my phone, because it's on shaky ground with this holder. But I believe that if the friendship is true and the friendship is valued, no loss at this point. Cut the ties on the business and keep the friendship intact. But I have a feeling that if this continues on, and I mean like one more video, like one more allegation, it's going to get really ugly, and the friendship and the business is going to go to the wayside. Like what we saw with the Monique situation felt like an explosion. It was tragic, but it was still salvageable. What I'm starting to see right now between these videos seems like an implosion of sorts, and that's unfortunate. So let's talk about relationships and business. It's great when you can have a partnership of someone where you can go into business, you know them, you feel comfortable with them, you feel like you know them, and you can go into business because, hey, business is hard enough to do. And if you can find someone which you feel like has a like-minded idea of going into business, having the same goals, same core value, that is, you know, that's the sweet spot. But I'm starting to feel, and I said this in my video, that they didn't have the same vision. By the way things were going, that they didn't have the same vision. And it's very, very clear that they were not on the same page with the vision, with where things were going, where both of them had a like-minded idea of it, what taking it to the next level really meant for them. It is very clear that they are not on the same page, and I think they're still not on the same page. Now, I'm only speaking from my own situation because I am in business with my husband. And so I have an intimate relationship with someone, and I have a business relationship. And it is a delicate dance. It is not always easy to be in partnership with someone who you have a relationship with outside of business. I realize that we both have strengths and weaknesses that we bring to the table. I have strengths that help my husband, and the same goes for him to me. And in our strengths and weaknesses also can come with a blessing and a curse. The thing that we bring to the table to help each other can also be the same thing that we bring to the table to bring its demise. And when you talk about emotionality, behavior, personalities, you really have to take that into accountability. And that's why I am a big proponent of goal setting, always checking in quarterly, you know, when things come up, that we both have an agreement and that is not passive. And that can be really, really dicey because, you know, in partnerships you acquiesce to a lot of things, but yet you really are not fully in. And that's why I always use the mantra, a doubt is a don't. Because sometimes you don't know why you don't have a feeling for it, but you just don't want to press forward because you just don't have a good feeling for it. And that's where problems with personalities can come into play. And if you acquiesce and you're not on the same page, then the other person is like, well, you told me we could do this. Yeah, that's true, but you know, I wasn't full in. So, you know, this is a cautionary tale that if you're going into business with somebody, let this right here, you know, kind of give you some forethought as to, is this a good idea? Is this really a good person to go into business with? It's not easy. It's not easy. And of course, when you're dealing with different personalities, you know, different ideals of success, you always have to kind of check in or take a pulse of what is your idea of success. They don't have the same ideas of success. And that can be problematic. I hope that they can work it out. I feel like if they continue on social media, it's not going to favor well. I do hope they work it out, but it's looking very problematic. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that there is still hope? Do you think that if they keep talking that it's going to be an issue? Because I think it is. I think it really is. I'm going to reserve my opinions about specifics, but I do know one thing. When you're talking about, and oh, here's my disclaimer. I am never going to tell somebody how they should respond when it comes to social media, because it's real easy to tell people they shouldn't behave this way, they shouldn't act that way when you're not in that situation. And we all like to think we would take the high road, and we all like to think that we would not respond in a certain way. But I don't know what I would do if my character was called into question. You know, for some things really boils my blood, and I would say that I would have a problem if someone was trying to call into question my honesty, my character, when I know that I know that I know who I am, and someone wants to trash me. I think I would have a different way of being on camera. But so I'm not gonna fault people going to the court of public opinion to speak their truth. However, there are some things that I do think may be worth a phone call and saying, look, everybody is out here watching us, and I love you like a sis, and let's just hash it out and be on a united front and not say anything. That would be ideal. But again, we don't know. And when emotions and emotions are out there and you feel like you have to say your piece because you're not going to have people talking about you in a way that really is offensive to your sensibilities, I can totally understand that. So I do hope that it works out and that we can see the roasting and gagging. That was the Queen's Court. I don't even care if they even change it to a whole other name. Let's scrap the Queen's Court. And if they do decide to have an alliance again, that they just have a whole other name and get things in writing. And I don't even care if you write your business plan on a napkin and get it notarized. Do that, because this is really sad to see, and I hope for their friendship they can salvage it. But going into business with people that you know has its pitfalls. You know, it can definitely work. I'm not saying it can't, but let this be a cautionary tale about putting heads together and hopefully letting cooler heads prevail. And if you both have the same mindset and the same goal, which is to secure the bag, make the money, and get to the next level, that you both are on the same playing field. So take care of yourself and each other. Let me know in your comments what you think. And I'll come back with another video, because I am sure things are going to continue to transpire. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.